Til det gode liv i Alaska om en halv time kan vi nå møte de to sammen med God kveld Norges Tina Solheim.
Husker dere disse to herrene?
You're my heart, you're my soul. I keep it shining everywhere I go.
God kveld Norge møtte Modern Talking i Paris. Modern Talking were extremely popular in the 80s. So tell me a little about the history of Modern Talking.
In the 80s?
Yeah, when you first met, when you decided.
Yeah, you know, that was really easy, you know. I worked as a producer, and the record company called me one day and asked me if I want to have another artist. He was called Thomas Anders, and then we did some records together, but first of all we started in German language, and I was not quite satisfied with that, and I went in '84, I went to holidays to Mallorca, and you know, I came back and I was really in love, you know, with a girl, you know. And then, yeah, I wrote one night, I wrote the song You're My Heart, You're My Soul, and Thomas was just in that day in the studio, and I asked him, why don't you please try for me, you know, an English song, you know. Yeah, and he was singing then You're My Heart, You're My Soul, and I was really satisfied, and yeah, and then everything else is history, you know.
How many records did you sell back then?
Tons.
Yeah.
60 million. Yeah.
No more.
You had a lot of female fans back then.
No, you as well. No, you know what is really funny, because I had a lot of friends in the Scandinavian states, and when we came to Spain and the southern part of Europe, he had a lot of fans, female fans or whatever. So because
Where?
in Spain and you had in Portugal, and it's because of his blonde hair, and because, you know, you're looking always for the opposite.
Do people still recognize you?
Yes, sure they do.
Yeah.
You know, this is, you know, every day, this is part of your life. You're recognized nearly every minute. So
you know, because our status in Germany is totally different, because you know, for example, I can only talk for me, you know, I was in the last 15 years really successful. I did 87 hits in a row in Germany, so that means I'm the most successful composer since ever in Germany. We are really popular in Germany. But there are a lot of countries we are more popular. Like I think in Russia, for example, everybody knows us. You know.
Why did you split up?
We were always working, and then you know, I was in that time I was 30, he was 20. That is a big difference, you know, and then I had always the goal and the aim, you know, I want to be, you know, successful in America. Let's work, and he did, you know, let's have holidays, you know, and so, you know. If somebody, you know, you are only, you know, so strong as you both are, you know, and if somebody tells you, you know, I don't do this, I don't do that, you know, I was always, you know, a little bit disappointed, you know. My dream was always to have a #1, and then I had it, you know, and Thomas said, oh, easy, #1, you know, and I was like, come on, let's work, and he said, let's have holidays.
we had the second #1.
Huh?
Then we had the third #1.
Then the fourth, and the fifth, you know.
Fifth.
Yeah, and then, you know, then it started, you know.
Yeah, but you know, I can't talk, I can't speak. I'm able to speak, not only him, so I just want to check this out. No, but you have to think about it. We did 2 albums in a year. That means
6 and
3 years, exactly. He also can count. So,
but only to 6.
So this was really a hard time for me, no doubt about this. So, you know, when you're 20, 21, 22, and you're just traveling all over the world, and you know, if you have the feeling you miss something in your life, and everybody's telling you from the record company or whatever, you are the biggest and you're on the top of the world and whatever. So all of a sudden you have the feeling, you know, I really reached the top of the world. I have it. So I just want to feel, I just want to live the success I had. I will also say this is a matter of age, but here we're back, and so we do it this time much better. And you know, now with all my life experiences I have, I know exactly how, never ever take anything for granted. It isn't granted to be successful.
But the rumor was that your wife Nora was the reason for your split up.
Definitely, she was a really hard a part of it, because she, on one, she had no clue about the business. You know, she didn't know she didn't know anything about it. For her, it was her character problem that she really would find out how far she could go. So she was always playing with the people. And because of the problem that the record people, you know, they were afraid to say no because it was a big success. They just want to, you know, split up the band for any reason. So she always said, yes, we do this and we do that. And life, you know, sometimes one point came to the other. So in the end, it was really the best that we split up. And it, you know, I had my lessons about this and I had my experiences, but let's face it, it was not, at that point, not the right time, and if we wouldn't have split then, we wouldn't have had a comeback now. And, you know, you never know why things happened.
Here's a totally strange thing is now happening, you know, because I lost the 11 years between that, you know. You know, I have now the feeling, after we are now since 7 months together, and I have now the feeling, you know, there were no break. You know, it's
these years are gone.
Years away. You know, I have the feeling we are now together since 15 years or something like that. It's really strange, you know.
After 11 years, why did you decide to reunite?
Yeah, you know, that was really easy, because 4 years ago I was really curious what Thomas is doing, and once I called him and say, hey, hello Thomas, how are you? And that was a nice feeling when we talked to each other.
Let's go to Dieter. He's booking girls.
Yeah, and then we had the offer 8 months ago from the biggest TV show in Europe that's called Wetten, Das, and they have more than 20 million viewers, and they asked us, can you not do your old songs, you know? And then we took this for a chance, you know, to do remixes, and because the times has changed a little bit, and the sounds too. So we changed a little bit, and at the end we were really satisfied, you know. And they asked, you know, please do the old songs, because, you know, normally I would do new songs. But they said, please let us start with the old songs, you know. And then they say, okay, I will do a remix. I will put 4 new songs on the album, and then let's wait and see what will happen, you know. Nobody was convinced that we can make it again. But I was really, you know, really honestly, and I don't lie, I was convinced that we will have a comeback. But that, okay, we never expected that it would be like this, you know. Because we are much, much bigger, 3-4 times bigger than we were the first time. Yeah, I think we really did the right choice to go out now, you know, because there is a big revival. And through Modern Talking now, we make the revival bigger, because now every artist from the 80s, you know, try to make a comeback.
Looking back on the 80s, how do you feel about the way you looked back then?
Everybody changed, and everybody looked in the, you know, different in the 80s. And if you haven't changed, you will really have a problem.
But everyone doesn't have their looks on tape, on video tapes.
No, that's, you know, lucky for them.
You cut your hair, you're not wearing lip gloss, you're not wearing eyeliner. Are you embarrassed or proud of the period as Modern Talking in the 80s?
It was trendy in the 80s. a lot of people did, not that much. But I remember the first time Your Heart, You're My Soul, I did this with the long hair and with a bit lip gloss and all in pinky and stuff like this. And it looked strange for the people. But this is what the people recognized. It was, it was the song, it was the combination, it was something new for the people. It was a nice melody. In the first time, a lot of people in Germany thought that the song, because they didn't from the beginning on the cover, was only that tie shoe and this sports shoe, and the people thought this is an Italian production.
And they saw, and then after when they saw each other, and they always thought that we both are gay,
Yeah.
But I definitely can I definitely can guarantee you that we are not gay, From my side, I know it exactly.
I know it exactly from my side too.
And because, so every girl can have a choice, they all can get us if they want.
Send pictures, photos.
Yeah.
Swedish newspapers say that you're facing a lawsuit because your new song, We Take the Chance, is very similar to Europe's The Final Countdown.
Take the chance, we win again. Where's the
know my dream, it will come true.
We take a chance. That is, the winner takes it all and not a final countdown. And ABBA are also great. I like ABBA.
Yeah.
They have a lot of money, but I have more, and we can make we can go to court 500 years. We would be, and I'm absolutely sure that I will win because it's only the da-da-da, and when I don't have to, that is nothing. If the melody and the intro is totally different, it has a feeling that it sounds a little bit like Final Countdown because I take the same sound, this fanfare in the beginning, but you can use always the same sound, that is not forbidden, And the melody is different. It sounds a little bit the same, and I have not the problem. If that is really stolen, then I think there is not one melody which is not stolen, Was there the writer of the song? Joey, if you need a little bit money, no problem. Call me, and we go for dinner. I invite you, and you can have some of my girls, and it's no problem. It's if you want some money or something like that, there's not a problem.
Is it true that some of the lyrics were made in no more than 5 minutes?
No, definitely not, because it's, I have a good remember when I was writing the lyrics for Brother Louis, and that is really, everybody say, Brother Louis, 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 but I worked on these lyrics 3 weeks, without a rest, because it was, I had this melody, da da di da di da di da, and no words was fitting in this, and if I would do different lyrics on this Louis, 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 if I would sing, brother, can I hear your heartbeat, since this is, when I sing, brother, can you hear my heartbeat? That is a flop. And it only works with Brother Louis, Louis, Louis. And sometimes, I get crazy. I get totally, when I have the feeling this is not the right lyrics on my melody, I get, and I have some lyrics like You're My Heart, You're My Soul, I wrote that in 10 minutes. That is true, But other lyrics sometimes are sounds, or Sherry, Sherry Lady. That sounds so absolutely simple, but was so difficult, And Ace of Base always try to look for good lyrics and they never find it,
Okay, so you had...
Yeah, what is that? All that she wants is another baby. That's first, no correct English. Second, and third, I don't know.
Of all the modern talking hits, which is your favorite?
Your
Heart, You're My Soul.
So,
Yeah?
Yes.
it changed our life completely.
Say so.
Before You're My Heart, You're My Soul, we both were stupid and poor. Now we are only stupid.
The title of your album is Back for Good, but are you back for good?
That's also stolen, but Gary Barlow didn't call me. It was not our, when we heard, that was a, was das ein
Title,
the record company said, okay, that would be a nice a name for the album, because it exactly tell what we want, back for good, to be back for good. And I said, oh man, that is the title of Take That, you know, we can't use that, you know. And the record company said, why not, you know. And so, you know, I hope Gary will take the next album will call You're My Heart, You're My Soul, and then it's fair, you know. And I invite also Gary for the nice title.
So on behalf of BMG Norway, I'm proud to present you with these Platinum Awards for Outstanding Sales in Norway.
Wait a minute. Okay.
You're my
I
man.
like that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And thank you for all the fans in Norway that they make it possible. I'm really proud of it, and I swear to you we will do the best for the next album, and it will have a special place in my studio, and that I can see it every time when I make a composition, a new one, and I said I have to think about my fans in Norway. I swear to you, it will be having really a nice place in my studio.
And I hope we will be pretty soon in your country live and do some shows. So thank you for this, and hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.
That's bye-bye. I'm not finished.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not finished. I'm German.